Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome. You're listening to the Synthwave radio show.
Your promises, they hold me over. I need fixes, I'm going under. I'll lose myself, driving on as I fool myself. A symphony of crowded moments. Reality is a distant home. Thought I knew myself. Is it wrong that I fool myself? Hypnotized by the heat we share, sacrificing the dreams we bear. Are you taking over? Won't you take me over? A line of fire, don't mind the move she makes. I'm prepared to do what it takes. Are you taking over? Won't you take me over? A line of fire. Your words, they sink into my bones. I'm hearing voices and they seem to know that I lose myself, driving on as I fool myself. The face I see when I dream at night, can't seem to fight, I can't seem to lie. Thought I knew myself. Is it wrong that I fool myself? Hypnotized by the heat we share, sacrificing the dreams we bear. Are you taking over? Won't you take me over? A line of fire, don't mind the move she makes. I'm prepared to do what it takes. Are you taking over?
welcome, welcome, welcome. You're listening to me, Danny D, on the Synthwave radio show. Joining me today, we have got the guys, Megatronix. You just heard the line of fire. We have got both Rob and Dark Rob with me on the show today. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on today. This is a big PowerWave invasion. Can you just tell us a bit about Megatronix and how this whole PowerWave thing got started?
You want to start first?
Well, the PowerWave started from an idea of what if or can we? It was kind of just I made a tune and in the vein of I wonder because so one of my favorite bands is Fear Factory. The idea was, well, what if Fear Factory wrote a synthwave song? Because I like discovered the genre and that's kind of my metal writing style to begin with. I put the music together for I Fight Time, and I didn't want it to be just instrumental. I wanted vocals on it. And at the exact same time, I did that. Power Rob was doing a thing with his other band that had it was like a music video universe. I acted in it, and he had like the '80s aesthetic and like the synthwave kind of aesthetic going with it. And you know, Rob's vocals are Rob's vocals. Like they don't get any better than that. And I knew if anybody that would be down to do it, it would be him. So I asked and sent him I Fight Time. And as Rob likes to say a lot, the song wrote itself. Yeah. And that was that. And it kind of came down to, well, let's put this out, see what people think. You know, if people dig it, then let's make a thing out of it and write a whole album. If they don't, you know, we tried and I guess they liked it. Here we are.
So it's power metal crossed with synthwave, in effect, right?
Yeah, it's different elements of metal. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it's chunky. When I write the music, I try to. It's right on the line of like two, maybe further into synthwave or further into metal, but it's right in the middle. And I feel like, you know, from the opinions of others, that it's right smack in the middle, and people of metal taste and metal fans like it because it's got that chunk, and then the synthwave folks like it because it has the analogs and the atmosphere. And you know, I say this all the time, like it's synthwave if you think it is. You know, if it has the heart and the vibe and the analog sound and the aesthetic, to me, it can be synthwave.
Well, that's actually where I started with the line of fire, because I listened through the album you sent over. Thank you very much. Great album, by the way. Guys, do go and check that out. Megatronix PowerWave. Some great music on there. And the line of fire, for me, I thought, because our listeners are used to listening to synthwave music, I thought, let's break them in a bit easy. And I thought this one probably was more synthwavy than the others. But we've got some great music coming on later. We've got your new track, Notorious. And we're going to play I Fight Time as well at the end. But the line of fire, can you just tell us a bit about that track?
Musically, I'll admit it. Musically, I wanted to do the Metallica Unforgiven of synthwave. It's structured pretty much like that, where it's somber. You know, it's loaded with like lush synthwave synthesizers. It's got the Linn drum. You know, they had a nice Prince drum machine in there, and then at the end of it, it just rips into this giant, like, Unforgiven style solo. And you know, you gotta have a ballad, gotta have the old power ballad, and that's the one that came out musically. The way we work is I'll come up with the music and I'll give it to Rob, and Rob just free range takes it and, you know, does his thing. We don't step on each other's toes, and that's why I think Megatronix is so valuable as far as like the two of us, because we almost hardly ever butt heads, almost never. And it's like, hey, here's the music. He's like, okay, here's the lyrics, and it just together makes like a huge banger, and we put it out to people.
Yeah. So Line of Fire is an interesting tune. When I was given it, when I was given the music, it definitely kind of spoke to me something like, I guess, kind of a lost love kind of vibe initially. Then I started trying to figure out like where I could get inspiration from as I worked backwards from the tune. When I build melodies, I build the melody first for the words are even applied to it, and then as I keep working with the melody, words will eventually hit me that fit in certain parts. And so it started kind of making sense to me that okay, well, this is about. There was a pretty rough period of time I had about at this point maybe 3 years ago, and it's about essentially moving on, even though your mind is telling you you have to, your logic is telling you you have to, but your heart just doesn't want to, and it's like those kind of feelings really taking over. That's why it keeps going back to that motif about like you know what the right thing to do is to move on, but you're in that phase where it's just incredibly difficult to do that.
How long have you guys been around now? Because it's been a while. You've been a couple of years for sure, right?
Megatronix, I want
Yeah.
to say maybe 3 years. Rob and I, again, we've crossed paths so many times in the Baltimore music scene through various like charity events. Our other bands have played together, and so we've been in music for quite a while. Megatronix has been around roughly 3 years. The only reason I can remember is because we launched it on my birthday, so it makes it easier to remember.
Hard to forget. Well, I've got to shout out to other guys actually, because I've been doing a bit of digging on YouTube, and I mentioned, I think, to you guys just quickly before we started the show. I found an old interview of you guys in the back of an SUV or pickup or something, and there was you guys, a camera in the background, Michael Nagy at the front, recording an interview for Jiggy Jaguar TV, which I found was really awesome because I first met Rob through Jiggy. And they're great guys, so big shout out to them guys. Sorry, but your YouTube channel, it's where can people find you? Is it just Megatronix?
Megatronix official, right?
Yeah, YouTube just merged together all our stuff, so it should be youtube.com/Megatronix official.
Okay, and you've got quite a few videos on there and bits and pieces, haven't you already?
Yeah, it's mostly lyric videos for right now. We shot a live set for Retro Future Fest. We let that go, play live so people could get that. And then, we shot it in 4K in this pretty banging venue. And so we, right. Great, and, people want some tunes now. They can't go out. So we're like, let's just put that whole thing up there.
Yeah, well,
we got some GoPro footage of us playing Maverick Hunter in Philly on one of the, unfortunately, the few live shows we got to do as a tour before everything exploded. And that's actually where we did the van interview.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he grabbed his stuff. He's like, hey, man. Yeah, actually, he found Rob and asked him to do, he could do the interview. And I'm running around and I'm not looking at my phone or whatever. So I have no idea how much time passed before he was like, Rob, hey, come here. We're doing an interview. I'm like, where are you? He's like, we're in the van. So I'm like, okay, so I slide the door open and like Dude Man's in there and Rob's in there and I'm like, oh, okay, let's I guess this is where we're doing it. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, I must admit it did look really cool. Sorry, Rob, go on.
Oh, that's okay. No, we had a bit of an interesting incident at the end of that too. We had a really crazy guy or whatever.
Oh yeah, at the end of it, there's like a dude running around like, because we were at the goth bar, there's ladies in nice goth outfits and, dudes there and, all kinds of folks. And I don't know who, what, or why the fight started, but there was like a rumble like right outside of the van.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like as like we had already gotten past the interview questions. And then it was like, hey, let's shoot some bonus content for the Patreon. And then like the fight broke up, and folks were like, "Where's Robbie?" And somebody just swung our door open and like stuck their head in, and I was like, "Hey, we're doing an interview. I'll be out in a minute." And yeah, that part.
Didn't that crazy guy try to mess with that door handle too?
Oh, I think he might have grabbed the door handle because like we were right there.
It was a heck of a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a experience.
Yay, Philly.
Yeah,
that was a good show though.
Had a lot of fun.
To all our listeners and people watching, make sure you go and follow these guys. Up to all sorts of trouble. And I'm sure as soon as this lockdown is lifted and everyone can get back to normal life, we'll hear more stories like this. So Megatronix official on
Oh, yeah.
YouTube. Where are you on any other social media?
We're on Bandcamp. It's megatronix.com, or I'm sorry, megatronix.bandcamp.com. I believe our Facebook is Megatronix Official or Megatronix Band.
I think it might be Megatronix Official. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, it should be Megatronix Official.
You guys, haven't you just had a bit of good news recently? Haven't you signed to a label? Is that right?
We did. We signed with TW1 Records.
TW1, where are they based?
They are based out of UK, EU.
UK. I thought they were UK label.
We're making a lot of UK friends, I've noticed.
Wow.
Started with Aztec, and I worked obviously with you, and now we got TW1 Records. It's like
I thought they were a UK label. I had heard of them before, and I'd seen something you'd published about that. How's that going for you? What's the feed been like from them and the people that have obviously been listening to your music?
Oh, TW1 and Batch have been great. They communicate very well. They're very easy to reach. You know, if I have a question, Batch will get back to me usually right away if we land the time difference. Forged in Neon, Ashley, she's a promo machine.
Yeah, she's excellent.
It's been really good so far. We are working on an EP to release through them. So far, PowerWave hasn't had a physical release yet, so they are the tapes are in the mail, and we're going to release PowerWave on cassette. Yeah. Very, very limited number.
Ooh.
I believe the US batch that's coming to us, we're going to sign them, so it will be limited purple color tape, signed by us in the US. The album art is going to be exclusive to the cassette. It's the same as our t-shirt because it just happened to fit. But yeah, that's gonna, I think it's gonna be only 25 in the US and 25 over in UK.
Ooh. So get on those quick.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm waiting for it to be in our hand before I say, all right, here's the pre-order. Like, you know, the mail is the way it is these days, and I don't know if it's going to be 3 weeks or 4 months. So
people will be fighting for the signed copies.
Well, you watch. I hope. Well, no, I don't hope people fight. I hope people want them.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, there's a debate.
Well, they're not allowed to meet each other to fight at the moment anyway. So
yeah.
This next track that I'm going to stick on in the next few seconds, Notorious. Can you just perhaps give me a bit of background on this? How did this one come around?
I had been listening to a lot of Street Cleaner. I love Jesse. He's my dad. He doesn't know it, but he is my dad. And I just kind of wrote something kind of in his vein of like certain kind of like arpeggiators and certain more aggressive kind of synthesizers. And I was just like, go
I love
fast.
that arpeggiator at the beginning. That's really well done, actually. So
and then again, I made the music, gave it to PowerWave.
Yeah, that one was pretty tricky. I ended up being pretty proud of it. That was one of the few where I had to really figure out something that fit what was being sent to me. I know it took me a bit to wrap my brain around it, but I would say in terms of intricacy, like in terms of the timing and the precision of the notes and the consonants and everything, it was the one that took me the most time to just get just right with Tony Corelli's studio. It might have been the most expensive song we've done, but that definitely was one where I had to really get the elbow grease in there and make sure every single part, every hook was good enough. Like I'm not a big fan of like having vocals that follow the music. I try to find some pocket in the sound where the vocals thrive. It's almost like a machine with different working parts, but they have the same objective. And that's a good way to explain what's going on with Notorious. There's almost no parts where the vocals and the guitar are doing the same thing, but they all kind of still agree. So that one, that was definitely a fun challenge to do it Notorious for sure.
My bad.
When did it get released?
July. Like that.
Yeah.
Summer. Yeah.
It was summer last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And people can find it on Spotify and Apple Music and places like that, I assume.
Correct. Yeah, it's on all digital platforms.
as well as your Bandcamp, obviously that's where you'd rather people went for this sort of thing. Well, okay.
And it will also be available on the EP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So when the physical version of the EP comes out, that's where the physical version of Notorious will be.
Okay. All right. You got any dates set on that?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
so watch this. Watch this space.
We got studio dates booked for it. I'm actually heading in to bang out some of the material with Tony 2 weeks from now. I've got 2 dates booked, and it's going to boil down to how we get it done. It's very ambitious material. We have some fun stuff we have not announced yet that we're building on top of just the music that we're working on. So we haven't picked a date yet, but I mean, I think we can conservatively say that I would say maybe summer, perhaps.
Yeah, I know that Rob and I both are not fans of saying something's coming and we don't have it in our hand already.
Yeah, I can appreciate that as well.
Yeah, things are unpredictable.
It's nice to have it
things
finished.
are extra unpredictable these days. I don't want to say, hey, here's the date, and then like it's months after that, and we
because we will hold you to it here on the Synthwave Radio Show. We'll bring you back on, and we'll be saying, "You said the summer, Dark Rock."
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're both Rob and I are both business guys, and kind of in a sense, and we pride ourselves on quality control. We want our fans and the people that like us and in some cases depend on us for tunes to make sure that they're getting the product, and we try not to put out junk. And
well,
if you don't, what I mean?
You can tell a lot of effort goes into these songs throughout all the arrangement, the vocals, the instrumental, everything. So let's do this. Let's play. This is Notorious by Megatronix.
across the sand. What you do to me? Ooh, when the ride comes alive, I will never leave. Erase the sunlight from the sky. Remake the magic in the night. When you feel the rush, we're notorious. Oh, we chase the streetlights to survive. Erase the madness we defy. When you feel the rush, we're notorious. Oh, oh. Erase the sunlight from the sky. Remake the magic in the night. When you feel the rush, we're notorious. Oh, we chase the streetlights to survive. Erase the madness we defy. When you feel the rush, we're notorious. Erase the sunlight from the sky. Remake the magic in the night. When you feel the rush, we're notorious. Oh, we chase the streetlights to survive. Erase the madness we defy. When you feel the rush, we're notorious.
We're back. We're back. That was Megatronix with Notorious. We have got both the Robs from Megatronix here with me today. Guys, welcome back. Great track. Great track. So, what are your plans for 2021? I know everything's been up in the air a bit recently with everything that's been going on, but there is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Have you guys got hope you might be able to go back out and maybe perform in a venue anytime soon?
I know we've been looking into it. Yeah, we had some tentative shows that we were gonna play, actually in the fall, but we kept an eye on the COVID rates and all that, and we just deemed it wasn't safe enough. I mean, even him and I working together, we got to make sure we're regularly tested. You know, we got to be on
Yep.
top of things constantly. I think, by the way it's going right now, I know there was a Wall Street Journal article that it was projecting. This is very optimistic, but it was projecting that we may have herd immunity by possibly even April, maybe.
Maybe.
If that happens and it's safe. Megatronix is very easy to bring on the road. It's just two of us. We just get a hatchback, fill it up with some gear. We were dying to play. I know we were looking to play in Florida. We were before things fell apart with the virus and all that. I think we definitely would like to play Pennsylvania again, New York. We'd love to do all those things, and obviously with talking to T1 Records and all of our new friends across the pond, if there was a way to play overseas, we'd love to do that.
That was my very next question, Rob, because obviously you're signed to a UK label. I'm sure there's an audience out here for this stuff. I know there is. I mean,
so, technically two of them, Aztec and Tito right at this point, saying, oh, God, at this point, we might as well move over there.
Yeah, well,
it's on the to-do list, but again, there's only two of us. We're easy to move. We're easy to get there, but it has to be safe. Yeah. Not if only just for us, but it has to be safe for everybody else.
Absolutely.
I know there's I'm trying to say this in a nice way. It baffles me that some people are still putting on shows right now.
Yes, we have a good chunk of that actually, even in our area, and it's tough because I know we're going to get through this. I think there's a plan to beat this virus, but by simply acting like it does not exist is only going to exacerbate the situation.
It's not really the
or that you
answer.
think you have it under control. You don't.
Like you're,
Like,
you know, over the virus. Like, come on, the virus is not going to be over you. You know, it
And
is. So I think
hence-
Dr. Fauci mentioned he believes that that we'll be over this. I believe he said about August, September, and I based on trends and how successful the vaccines have been,
more
it's
realistic.
a reasonable projection. So I know we would definitely plan to get back out there again. We had fun working together on stage. It was nice performing for the live set we did for Retro Future. I know it was good to dust off some serious stage rust we had. We were off like what 7 months, 8 months. So I know we're looking to do that. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another live set until then, or a live stream set. I think we're overdue for a music video. We're kind of tinkering with some ideas about that right now. You know, he and I worked together on the Throw Color music video series, so we're definitely looking to working together and putting together something cinematic that works really well with our music, this aesthetic.
Yeah, no, absolutely great stuff. Obviously, we'll see what happens. But if you guys do come over to the UK, I need to hear about it. I'll be fuming if you come over to the UK and I don't know, because I'm definitely coming to that show.
Man.
We'll be hitting you up immediately.
Thank you,
Definitely
thank
hitting
you,
you up,
and I'll be banging onto your bosses as well if I ever get to speak to them.
What's a tour bus? Are we getting a tour bus? That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We got a nice hatchback to get. We have two hatchbacks. Like we'll probably choose one of them for a tour. It's the beauty of all this. I mean, touring with Throw Color, it was 5 of us at the time.
Hey, when we come over there, we'll get a van.
Yeah.
Just so you can have that van experience with us.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Michael Nagy's thing. That is, I don't want to step on his toes. I'll be in trouble. But listen, guys, you're absolutely awesome. Great guests. Can you just remind listeners again where they can find your music and where they can find you on social media and stuff like that?
Well, you can find us through TW1 Records and all of their outlets. You can find us at our direct official Bandcamp is megatronix.bandcamp.com. The YouTube is youtube.com/megatronixofficial. Facebook is facebook.com/megatronixofficial. And we're really more active on Instagram. We post everywhere, and but we put a lot of the picture stuff on Instagram, and that's Megatronix at Megatronix Official. And Rob knows the Twitter because I don't.
Yeah, Twitter. We've been pretty busy on Twitter lately. Megatronix Music is our handle on Twitter. Unfortunately, Twitter has a limit to how many characters you can have, so we had to settle on music. We almost got official. We were like 2 letters away, so close. But yeah, that's I think the last one. You got the Facebook, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Megatronix Official on Facebook, and I believe that's all the ones we've got.
Well, it's always the case with Twitter. There's never enough characters. But
yeah,
guys, when your EP comes out in July, we're gonna have to get you back on. When the full EP comes out, okay? So we'll get you back on. We're coming right towards the end of the show. So once again, thanks guys for coming on. To anybody who's watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the video. This interview and music will also get played on Wednesday on Leicester 107.5 FM. You can tune in your kitchen or in your car, or if you're listening online, it's www.leicester.fm. We're going to go now, but we're going to play you out with another track from the Megatronix PowerWave album. And this one is I Fight Time. But from me, great to see you all again. Please do tune in next week. And thanks again to Megatronix for coming on the show.
Our pleasure.
This is I Fight Time.
It's a risk I have to chance. A one-way ticket. There is no turning back. A cold gaze haunts me. Machine against the man. As I chase the seasons, searching for endless reasons. I've got time. I've got time. I've got lonely mission from the
There we go. That was the end of the radio interview there. For all of you loyal viewers still watching, you're probably wondering all these crazy sunglasses are all about. Now, if you go back to episode 1, when I first started this, we had Rob on, and he pulled out this, not this pair, but this style, and completely sold them to me. Hopefully he's not going to be selling me anything else, because that cost me best part of $100 on episode 1 Synthwave radio show. But you've got some limited edition Miami Nights there, Rob. You were saying earlier you've got the white nose piece.
Yeah, I love the Miami Nights. They were shipped actually down to Florida during the Thrill Killer tour and the Moto tour, and they were we got them. Our buddy dropped them off to us in Orlando, and then funny enough, we played Miami, and I had the Miami Nights on, and I believe they were swiped from us. So I ended up doing, we just went missing, and so I ended up doing Space Kumite with the Baltimore Rock Opera Society, and they shipped these straight over to me. It's actually, I had face paint on during that one, so there's actually a little bit of still some stains on the sides. So there's some like war, it's kind of battle damage to these guys. But the nose piece, funny enough, I had them send me a couple pieces for, initially there was a pair of glasses, I had this black one. They missed the nose piece. They was lost during Kumite. And I found there was a white one they sent. And I was like, you know what? I think the white actually kind of looks a little, fancy.
I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, oh, damn. I need the white nose piece.
Completes the look, I loved it, but I wondered why this was black, but the rest was white.
Dark Rob, you've got the Purple Rain ones on, I think. Is that right?
I do.
Is that what they're called? Purple Rain?
Yeah, they went away for a while.
But
they just brought them back.
They do run out of stock fast from what I've seen on their website. And you guys got these because you were doing the film together, right? You're in this Thrill Killer?
Well, we got into PitViper around that time. They had sent PitVipers, the ones that were in the music film. I think they sent about 4 or 5 pairs on the house. Really great guys. These, funny enough, the ones they're wearing here, we had bought them. Well, these ones were sent for Kumite. He purchased his. Funny enough, these are my favorite ones, but we just didn't have a place for them in the Rex Razor universe. So these ones are the only ones that did not make the music film.
Yeah. And cool. I chose these ones specifically because they're not all the way blackout mirrored, and I can wear these on stage, and I'm already pretty blind.
So well,
I can keep these on and see.
Our friend Jiggy Jaguar has got a purple suit, and I'm going to get him a pair of those purple PitVipers.
Yeah, man. Cool
just
guy.
to go for his suit. But guys, you're awesome. Great music. That last one as well at the end. They're all good. They're all fantastic. And it's good to see a track go on longer than 3 minutes as well. So good to see.
Yeah, we got no problem there.
Yeah, some people don't agree, but sorry.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of people that attention spans are shrinking, I suppose. But no, I think
as long as it keeps changing.
Yeah.
Like if it's 7 minutes of like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of but.
And there's a lot of music out there like that, but we won't go into that. Thanks again so much for coming on. Give me a shout when the EP's out, and or if you get a date nailed down for it, we'll get you guys back on if that's cool.
Hell yeah!
You're the first to know.
When we're able to come over there, we're gonna grab you and throw you in the van.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Yeah, I'll definitely be coming along for that. That'll be an awesome couple of gigs, I'm sure. But yeah, great. Thanks a lot, guys.
It's great to see you again. Yep.